I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And a happy Sunday fun day to everybody out there. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller.
Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, rock and roll star.
I don't know about a star, but I did rock and roll a little
You
last
did
night.
rock and roll last night.
I had my
Come
momos.
on at the Romeoville Fest.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Really fun.
Can't wait to hear more
Yep,
about
I'll
it.
tell you about
we
it.
need good news because, well, we got a new Attorney General.
Oh, God.
Just in time for it to do dear leaders' bidding to challenge election results as we head into the midterms. This should be really good times, don't you think?
As if they aren't good enough right now.
I know they're just
The
going to
hits
get
just keep on
even
coming.
better. Yeah, but hey, we've got a great show today. There's a new series that's coming out. It's called Red Light Diaries. It's set to premiere later this year. It examines the realities of HIV prevention, treatment, stigma, and survival across borders. I'm very fascinated by this. It is filmed across 6 cities, Lagos, New York, Atlanta, London, Lyon, and Bangkok, and is written, produced, and performed by a global community of Black queer creators and creatives. And the show creator, Michael Igodaro, joins us later on this hour. And Pride Art's 27th season opened this weekend with the world premiere of Chicago-based playwright Matt Schutz's Windows. It's a comedy about LGBT Gen Zers finding their way through career and relationship challenge. And Windows was actually developed as a part of Pride Art's Query Playwrights Lab. We're going to be chatting with director Taylor Pashai and playwright Matt Schutz. They're going to kick off the second hour.
Excellent.
And it's that time of year again. It's time for Dance for Life. It's the 35th anniversary show. It's celebrating the past, present, and future with the members from Chicago's dance community all coming together for one single cause. Gary Metzner and Scott Johnson are going to join us later on in the show. And of course, we would love to hear from you, so give us a call at 773-763-9278. That number again is 773-763-9278. And if you don't feel like chatting with us, well, you can always shoot us a text at that same number, 773-763-9278. And of course, you can always listen to Out Chicago Live Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central on 8:20 a.m. on TuneIn from heartlandsignal.com, or you can watch the live video stream on our WCPT Facebook page or the Heartland Signal YouTube page. And today's show is live on Facebook. We're reading your comments, so please leave your thoughts as well as like and share the page and all that good stuff. You can find it at facebook.com/WCPT820. What's going on, Ellen Miller?
You know, just a little rocking and rolling.
A little rocking and rolling with the Jefferson
recovering.
Starship.
Yeah, we got booked by a wonderful man named Fred Brennan, who when our band Jefferson, the new member, of the band. Yes, hey guys, if you're listening, thank you.
Come on, there we go. She's going on the road.
But Nelson Street Revival had their debut at Frankie's Blue Room in 2015, and Fred booked us there, Fred Brennan, and it was our kickoff to our band. Kathy was in the band. She ended up soon thereafter going back to Jefferson Starship. The lead singer, the leader of the band, had passed away, and they really needed her back in the band, and she joined back in the band. So anyway, it was especially cool because we were opening for Kathy's band, Jefferson Starship, and we had arranged for her to be a surprise guest on our last song and do Led Zeppelin's When the Levee Breaks, which we used to do in our band, but, you know, not everybody can hit those notes that she can.
Right, yeah.
So she came out and did that to end our set, and then Jefferson Starship had a wonderful set. It was a beautiful night. Kath and I were up.
It was great last night. It was beautiful.
You know, our set list wasn't blowing around. We weren't fighting extreme heat or extreme cold. And we watched the Jefferson Starship set from the soundboard up, high. It's a cool venue. It's a Toyota Pavilion. They built it a few years ago. And a couple things. So anyway, we watched Jefferson Starship set, and they were great. And then Kathy said, I think I'm going to get you guys up for the last. They do Volunteers of America, which is a classic Jefferson Airplane song. And they invited Nelson Street to join them, and I got to do some major jamming on harmonica on that one to close the whole show.
Amazing.
And it was a big high, and the crowd was great, and the band was excited, and it was just one of those loving kind of things.
You're still glowing, like literally, you were still glowing. You're just sitting. There's this like little secret smile that's going on there.
Yeah, because
that was really
a few
cool.
hours ago. Yeah,
that was really cool.
It was really cool, and America's sweetheart, Kathy Richardson.
Yes.
If you're listening, you're the best. Thank you for inviting us to join you on the last tune, and thank you for joining our band, like old times on When the Levee Breaks. It was really fun. I want to thank also the mayor of Romeoville, Mayor John Nowak. He came backstage. He was he was excited about all of it too, and it's just, I don't get out to that. I've never been out there before.
I've never been to Romeoville. I used to drive past it when I was driving up from St. Louis to go to school.
Yeah, because off of 55.
Yeah, it's right off of 55. You get the little Romeoville and Joliet, and it always made me
I didn't
giggle.
The same thing, but they have 40,000 people there. They do this festival. It's free to everybody. They had Everclear one night. They had a lot of great bands, and they do it. It's free admission. They just make it work, and all the beer proceeds, the money for beer goes to the youth groups. The seniors do a bingo thing. It goes to senior groups. I mean, they've got it all figured out.
All right.
So they have a charitable aspect to it. It's fun. People bring lawn chairs. I had some friends that came from, a lot of them lived in the western suburbs, so it worked out for them.
Yeah.
But, it's just...
how do they do that? That it's free? Because, yeah.
I know. I kind of asked him how how do you guys do this for free? And he didn't really answer me, but I guess, they have with 40,000 people there, they have the money in the tax base.
Yeah.
The community loves it. The carnival, I guess, was there. I didn't get to do that, but just watching everybody grooving to Jefferson Starship, because it's the demo, that was there, that the rock and rollers, the baby boomers, and younger people too.
Yeah.
A young girl that I met on Nelson Street. I knew her since the day she was born. She came out. She didn't even know our band was playing. Happened to be there. You just never know who you're going to run into in Romeoville.
In Romeoville, yeah.
Yeah, but again, thank you. A big thank you to Fred Brennan for booking us, and my band who really brought it. It was the first time this lineup had played together.
Oh, yeah, I remember, yeah.
Our lead singer, Peaches Staton, has been out with medical issues this summer, and I've had to fill her shoes, which are big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And a woman named May Cohen, who actually sang with Aretha Franklin for 24 years.
What?
She was one of her backup singers.
What?
She was our singer last night. Yeah. And she rose to the occasion. She's like, anytime you guys need me,
I'll do it. Yeah. Wait, what's that movie? Is it 30 Feet from Stardom or 20 feet?
20 Feet from Stardom.
Yeah. Was she in that?
She wasn't in that. Yeah, she should be, because she worked hard on learning our material, and it just, Scott, it's one of those, you remember when your performing days, it's just when you have a night where everything
and
fires
it's just
on
magic.
all. Yeah.
And again, you're basking. I'm basking in your afterglow, because there's something just so, like, it's wonderful when all the stars collide.
Yeah.
Like the lineup was great. The crowd was awesome. The whole experience was great. The band is great.
Everybody was like smiling and hugging and enjoying. So this is what we have to do, folks. Take in the good things, drink them up, soak them up, go out and see music, go see theater, do the things to make us forget about what's going on in the world, which we'll get to next. But tell me about your week.
Girl, I'm just going to be straight with you. Well, I'll be direct.
Straight as a man like
straight
you
as I can be.
Which isn't very.
Which isn't very straight. No, I'm a little pooped. I'm pooped, like, it's been crazy. People are weird. People are weird right now.
They don't know where to put their angst.
They really don't. And like, there is just some I can't really explain it. Like, last week, it was like a very much like, there's a dismissive attitude, a lot of like, worker, hey worker, I'm like, nope, close. It's Scott. It's like that kind of vibe. I had this lady, like, I'm looking at the flowers and I'm putting things up and everything. This woman comes in and she's got basically the same lenses, like same frames that I have.
Oh.
So I sit there and I go, nice frames. And she's like, thank you. I'm like, oh, and she got very excited and she's like, yours are different. And I'm like, what? And so we took them off and took off my glasses and kind of held them together. She grabbed my glasses and put them on her face.
Por qué?
I don't know. And then she's like, do you have progressives? And I'm going, yes, I do. Please take my glasses off. Please, no, please, you have to take them off. Like, I don't know her. Would you ever?
When you engaged, you never realized the level of that engagement.
Yeah, no, but I'm like, but would you ever in a million years put on somebody's
prescription glasses?
A stranger's glasses?
I don't think so.
No, it was. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, so I'm just enjoying the pink eye that I'm going to be, relishing over here. Like, it's just like just weird stuff. People are odd. They're aggressive. They're like, they're grumpy. It's been a weird week, but it did like finish up. My friend Judith, who's my travel buddy, I've known since like
together.
30 years.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was her birthday this week, and I forgot that I told her I would make her dinner.
Oops.
I know, but we had to do it over at her place. So all weekend long, I'm like, and I wanted to make it special. So like, I pulled out like some linens and I found like we use this wonderful tablecloth that Jerry's great grandmother made.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful. It's all hand embroidered with like flamingos. She's a very bright, colorful person. So like we arranging flowers, but I'm like schlepping stuff over to her house, like platters and food. And yesterday was like spent all day kind of cooking, but it was so, like you said, it was just a beautiful night. There were our other friend Linda, who we all met waiting tables at Tucci Benucci.
Oh yes,
in the Bloomingdale's building.
You waited on me once because I used to go there a lot.
Were you one of those people that requested to sit outside?
No. I didn't even know there was an outside.
It was like because Tucci Benucci was like a good old let us entertain you, and there's always a gimmick,
right?
With the lettuce restaurants.
Yes.
So Tucci Benucci was set up like an Italian home.
Yes, remember
so there was
well.
like the mud room and the dining room and the kitchen and like the barn, and then there was like the patio, which people were like, we want to sit outside. I'm like, you do know you're sitting inside a mall.
Right.
There's no outside.
There's no balcony.
But people got there. They were like, well, I want to sit outside. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew there was no outside.
Yeah. But, it was great. Like, and, our friend Linda, queer woman, it was, I don't know. It was for us too, like, there was something magical in the air last night. Like we sat around. We had like delicious food. The table looked beautiful. The evening, like the weather was great. We were outside. We just sat and like kind of did dinner as we wanted to, as we rolled out. So like we had some nibbles.
And
we
how many of you were there?
There were just 6 of us. But it was like, we had some big nibbles.
Good.
And we had big charcuteries and a wonderful salad of like, well, not really a salad. It's just like shaved raw beets, the golden beets and the candy cane beets, and watermelon radish and purple daikon and cucumbers, and you just dress that, just put them on a platter or drizzle with a little olive oil.
Healthy and good.
Yeah, it was lovely. So we just kind of sat and enjoyed each other, and then we'd go in and we'd bring out the next course, and then we'd sit around and talk some more, and then we'd go in and bring out the final course. It was great. It was a beautiful night, and it was fun. Always fun to celebrate my
friend's birthday. Yeah. It's a good excuse to be
and to be like with people that I've known for.
And how nice of you to cook everything. That's really sweet.
It was very nice. Well, she wanted to have it at my house. And I'm like, there are people that have never been to my house. So we're going to have to do a super duper deep clean. And I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, we'll do it at your house.
Okay.
Actually, I think we should have done the deep clean
at her house?
No, at my house, because it would have been just a little bit easier instead of like moving everything around. But it was really, really wonderful. Nice. Again, celebrating friends and all that good stuff, just to be in community.
Yes.
And to share. There was a new friend that was there. So I'm like, oh, great. Let's, get to know you. And so it was a beautiful, beautiful evening.
Love those nights. You look back on them in the winter. And, remember when we sat outside and had that leisure.
Look, I still sit outside in the winter.
Do you?
Yes. Fire pit.
Oh, fire pit, yeah.
Fire pit.
And we did during COVID, we did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, during COVID. Yeah. Like, I remember sitting out there with banks of snow
And fire pit.
And the fire pit. Like people were using the snowbanks as like drink cozies.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting around there and just but we're out there. Look, it's an extra room.
Yeah. Of course. That's how we look at our little outdoor spaces. So
yeah,
we're them as
very
much
lucky.
As we can. Yeah.
Very lucky about it. And I had to buy new plants. I bought more plants. I have a problem.
Oh, well, we could have a long growing season since the summer's been kind of odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seasons have shifted.
They have.
It's still hot in September and October. So anyway, we're just getting started.
I had tomatoes into December last year because we didn't have a freeze. And, some of them I ripened on the windowsill, but we literally into December, we're still enjoying peppers and tomatoes from the garden. So you never know.
I know.
One of the joys of
I'm going to remind
change,
you of
right?
that when you start getting all cock-a-baby in September. Because you always like, it's going to be cold. I'm like, we've got months before it's going to be cold.
We do have months.
Yes.
We do have months.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we are. But anyway, it was a lovely evening.
Well, good. I'm glad
for everybody around.
I hope everybody else listening had a fabulous summer evening as well.
Same. And we should probably take a break.
Okay.
But before we do that, this part about Chicago is brought to you by Team Hochberg. Are you looking to purchase a home or refinance your existing home? Call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender with nearly 800 5-star Google reviews, like this one from Chuck. Hey, my wife and I were looking to purchase a condo to be near our grandchildren and weren't sure where to begin. So we contacted Team Hochberg, who did an excellent job. David Hochberg was a breath of fresh air, no baloney, and very transparent, which was refreshing. He knows his stuff like the back of his hand. No gimmicks, no BS. Thank you, David. Let's review. Chuck and his wife wanted to move closer to their grandchildren, so they contacted Team Hochberg. David answered their questions and helped them purchase a condo near the people they love most, their grandkids. If you want the same outstanding service Chuck and his wife and thousands of WCPT listeners received, call Team Hochberg, 855-563-2843, or visit 56david.com. That number again is 855-563-2843, or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com. ACM, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 643114. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into the news of the week. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, this is Nikki G, and you are tuned into Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along.
Oh, yeah.
On a Sunday. Hey, tomorrow, Monday, on Choose Views, Richard Chu's guests are Danny Robles, Senior Legislative Director at the Illinois Environmental Council. He'll talk about the IEC's 2026 Legislative Environmental Scorecard. Sarah Jones, Managing Editor at Politicus USA and the Daily Politicus, and Leaving MAGA's Rich Logis and Bailey Tyler. Also this week, Richard will talk to Illinois Congressman Danny Davis and Chicago mayoral candidate Mike Quigley. That's Choose Views weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So midterms are coming up.
Yes, they sure
It's
are.
going to be insufferable. This season is going to be the amount of negative attack ads that are going to be coming in from the mega side, because they've got all the money, is going to be insane. It's just going to be cuckoo bananas.
A lot of talk of communists. There'll be a lot of that.
Oh, well, no, but in my opinion, there'll be some communists. I think they are dropping the communist stuff.
Really?
I haven't been, I also try not to pay too much attention. But it doesn't seem like they tried to do the communist thing. They kept talking about communism. They're definitely, but it didn't seem to really work.
Well,
I thought, or are you seeing
Trump this week referred to Dr. Abdul El Sayed as a communist earlier this week after he won?
Well,
I mean,
That's
but that's his. But he brings it up every time he brings up Democrats now. Is communists. That's his new buzz. He found the word.
That's the new buzzword. Yeah. But I thought I thought it kind of dropped out of.
Not as of last week. The last few days.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
unfortunately.
Well, then there's going to be a lot of communism. A lot of talk of going after trans people. That's going to be the new boogeyman that's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
And fortunately for all of us, Todd Blanche was confirmed as Attorney General.
I'm a little sick in my mouth right now.
Yeah, in case you aren't familiar, he was/is Dear Leader's personal lawyer. Mm-hmm. So this should be fun. I mean, we're talking about like the slush fund.
Oh yeah.
For the
January 6th
rioters going on. Yeah. IRS exemption.
IRS. We can't ever prosecute anybody involved with the Trump organization. Any Trump family members.
Yeah,
I mean, what are you people? I mean, it's the power and the money and the greed on the side of the Republican Party is so evident and so apparent in everything they do.
And they're just straight up lying. They are just straight up lying. Was it Scott Bessent earlier this week talking about how there's no such thing as a K-shaped economy? What are you talking about? For those who are familiar with the K-shaped economy, that means the rich are going up and us regular folks go down. Makes a lovely little K.
Yeah.
And he's saying that's not true.
Just because he says it's not true does not mean it's not true.
There was another ding dong on the shows this morning who was also saying, we've got the best. We're doing great. It's like, but we've lost jobs. Jobs numbers came out.
Numbers came out this week.
And they were lower.
Yes,
and
they were.
This is the second time this happened. And they're like, yep, no, but it's great. So what reality are you living in? Like, that's the thing that's.
If you tell a lie enough, people will believe it. This has been their playbook from day one, and it continues.
But here's the thing: I can understand, make the lie big enough, and repeat the lie that it just becomes true. That's kind of what they're doing with like trans issues.
Yeah,
making that really big. They're all talking about how kids are going to go to school and become trans and come home, and it's just hooey. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to stuff like the economy, it's like, but it costs me $85 to fill up my gas tank, and groceries are through the roof, and people are not buying it. They're saying like, it's not, except for, that little chunk of base. It's like, don't believe what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. It's like people are getting fed up with it.
Definitely, because they're feeling, like you said. And the minute he won, a lot of us said, the people that voted for him will not understand until they feel it. And now they're feeling it. Do they understand? We'll find out in a couple months. We'll find out in, 90 days, 89 days. We're in a really sad place in this country, as we all know right now. And I think, Scott, when you talk about people's attitude, you're getting a snapshot of America in your job every day.
Yeah.
And I think people don't know where to put this, and they put it in different places that don't make any sense, like taking it out on someone they don't know, or being mean, being aggressive, it's just if you dwell on it, you're going to find that. It's rough to think about where our country is going right now.
Yeah.
And when you put a guy like Todd Blanche in the top job, the top job as the Attorney General, and know that he does his personal bidding for Trump, who are they going to indict? What are they going to do to Fauci? What are they going to? They're going to go after enemies. They're going to grant Trump whatever he wants. I mean, we have evolved into truly an authoritarian country, with all of the levers of justice now being in the hands of one man, and his enablers, the Project 2025 people. This is the plan. This was the plan. We'll use him. We'll put him up there, and we will use him to get for him to not follow what so many presidents have followed over the years, caring, even no matter what the party was, there was a sense of Americans first, of people first. Let's do what's best for the country. When a major problem happened, a president, Republican or Democrat, would come out and try to heal. This man is a divider, as we know, and he's a fear monger like we've never seen.
Yep.
And he has no respect for the Constitution. He just has respect for what he can get out of this country and out of our democracy, which is it's frightening. And we just, I don't know, we have to be aware of it, yet we have to let go of it so we can not go crazy. Because when you think about it, it's mind-boggling where we've gotten to in the last 10 years since it came down that escalator. It's mind-boggling.
It is just insane. And the way that the complete lack of decorum that is now happening.
And it gives people permission. I mean, when you've got the top guy every day talking horribly about people. I guess he had a meme the other night about Biden. Biden's son came out, Hunter came out the other day and said, my dad is suffering. His cancer has spread. He's in pain. And what does Trump do? He does some sort of meme of showing that that Biden is inept and a loser. I mean, there is so little decorum at the top. How do we expect the people in this country for it not to affect them?
Oh, I know. Well, and people are following suit, like within the administration. You've got J.D. Vance, who is now like just being a big old Richard on social media and going after individual people, making stupid playground taunts, and name calling and like calling people fat and
there's no decorum, as you said. There's no
gone.
respect for other people and for no matter what their parties. And I also want to talk a little bit for a moment here about the Islamophobia, the Muslamophobia that's going on, that is just horrible. And
because this week on Wednesday, Dr. Abdul El Sayed won Michigan's primary this week. He's a true outlier. He has never held political office. He is laying on this message, and like he's. I don't know. I don't know that much about him because I don't live in Michigan, so it doesn't, But it's very interesting just to kind of see his approach to doing this. He is also very aggressive with his campaigning. He's hoping that his messaging is going to get him through, and it's working because he's got a little catchphrase, money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all, and he's hoping that it really resonates with Michiganders. I think now we need to stop infighting in here within the party.
Totally.
And just support the candidate.
This is my thing. I do not care. I don't want you to think about anything other than voting for a Democrat. Don't overanalyze. Don't think about, could he win? No, don't ask any questions. Just vote for any Democrat on every ballot. We are too introspective. We care too much. That's great. Look where it's gotten us, okay? Gloves are off. Just vote. If they have a D next to their name, you vote for them. No questions asked.
100%. I'm with you on that. And Dr. El Sayed, I thought it was kind of great. Like I stayed up and I was listening to
his speech was like at 1 a.m.
1 in the morning. Yeah. But I thought his speech was phenomenal. And again, I don't watch it. I listen to it because I find that I'm able to take in the news if I listen to it and I don't see that little cat butt mouth moving around. He sounded like Obama to me. His
fresh.
Well, but even like his cadence was like the way he delivered the speech. He's a really great orator, and that I was very impressed with that. I'm like, okay.
Very accomplished, man. Very, very accomplished.
Yeah. But now he's going to have to deal with a boatload of Islamophobia that's coming his way.
It's awakening the racism that has been stoked for years by our dear leader. I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a couple that were killed in a car accident over the weekend. They were a Muslim couple. They were coming back from a funeral dinner, and they were killed. And I happened to, Kathy and I know the sister-in-law of the couple that were killed. And you should see what people have written on social media about this couple because they're Muslim. It is sickening. It is sickening as it gets. They're just, oh, that's 2 more. We don't have to care. Yeah, that
What?
kind of, yes. Because Jennifer, who's the sister-in-law, she was in radio with Kathy. And it broke my heart. I was almost in tears reading what people wrote because they're Muslim.
Yeah.
A nice couple killed in a bad car accident. Yet people feel the need and the right to criticize and demean them because of their religion. Do you remember what this country is supposed to be about, people?
Yeah.
And so this is just the tip of the iceberg, unfortunately. And, with Dr. Abdul El Sayed now, I mean, it's just going to bring it out. But we hope that the good people in this country realize that we have to squash that. And that what's working, what's been going on with the Democratic Party has not really been working. So a guy like him, if he can bring young people to the fold, because the young people are fed up, they're not even voting. They don't care. They don't think it matters. I'm all for fresh ideas. I'm for this, people are worried, can he win? Don't ask if he can win. Make him win.
Yeah.
Make him win.
But also, I believe that he's probably going to do a very good job of convincing people that you should vote for him. I think there's a lot of reasons going on there, and he's got a huge uphill battle to climb going on there, because it's like the Islamophobe, they're like projecting anti-Semitism on him. There's going to be so much money thrown at Mike Rogers' campaign. That it's just going to look at all the money that was with Stevens. Is that who was running? Heidi Stevens was no. Haley Stevens. I mean, she had so much money.
Yeah,
and he just had he was grassroots, and I think there's something. You can feel the passion. You can see that he is committed to not taking corporate money and to do things this way. We also just need to get rid of Citizens United.
Oh my gosh.
That needs to go.
It's been detrimental to democracy.
It needs to go, because now you've got all of these, social media groups and people who are just throwing money at this stuff. And that's the part that makes me feel a little worried, because they control the algorithm. They control what people see. I think I've told you my Twitter account was hacked and is now gone, but they've generated another account. So I'll go on and I'll just look at stuff, and I don't follow anybody. I don't respond to anything, but everything that is coming through, when you go, what's trending? Because I go and just see, what are people complaining about today?
Right.
Who are you mad at? It is nothing, but all of the trending topics are pro-MAGA. They're every single one.
Really?
Every single one. And so that is what's really scary, is people spend so much time on their phones and doom scrolling. How's that working out for you?
Not too well.
How's that working out for you? Get off your phones, go and do something.
We must win the midterms. We say this all the time, but it's a midterm, but it's so consequential. It's so important, because if we can get at least the House, they can bring up all sorts of things against, start.
No, doing the investigations, but then it goes back to our new Attorney General, who's okay, so are you an independent branch of the, office, or are you doing his bidding? He started complaining about rigged elections. He always starts that around April. He started it a little bit earlier this year. So they're getting everybody ready and getting the prime pump to know that the election will be stolen unless he wins it.
That's true. That's
that's how he operates. And we know that. And now you've got somebody in an office that's going to be able to go and do all that. In addition to going after, Islamophobia, they're going to be really ramping up transphobia.
Yes.
There's already stuff going, laws are going back into effect in Florida and in Tennessee, banning drag shows.
I heard,
again. It's they are screaming about trans women in sports. Let's just remember, folks, that according to the NCAA, there are 10 trans student athletes. 10 out of 500,000. This is not an epidemic. There's nothing in the water. People aren't just doing this on a whim. They're going to make trans folks, we've got to stand by them this fall, because it's going to get ugly. It already is. Ugly and rough and gross.
Yes.
Ugh. So on that note, we should probably take a break. And we'll talk about creative things, because the new series, The Red Light Diaries, we're going to be, it's a show that's all about, it's based by a conglomerate of like Black queer creatives. We're going to be speaking with director and creator Michael Igodoro after the break. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT, Heartland Signal.
This is William Lindsay Cochran from the group Great Moments in Vinyl. You're listening to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along. And tomorrow on Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan Esposito will be talking to Carolyn Fiddler, state politics expert and author of the newsletter This Week in State House Action, and Ray LaHood, former Illinois congressman and former transportation secretary. That's Live, Local, and Progressive, weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT. 8:20 a.m., heartlandsignal.com, and tune in. But right now, look, there's a new series called The Red Light Diaries. It's set to premiere later this year, and it examines the realities of HIV prevention, treatment, stigma, and survival across borders. It is filmed across 6 cities, like Lagos, New York, Atlanta, London, Lyon, and Bangkok, and is written, produced, and performed by a global community of Black queer creatives. And joining us now is the show creator and director, Michael Igodoro. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for agreeing to join this. Kind of a little last minute. What was the genesis of Red Light Diaries?
Really, I was really inspired by Pose and what was behind Pose and the message behind that. I really loved it, but I felt it was very American. I wanted to what Pose felt like globally, like what it felt to be, gay, queer, personally with HIV in Nigeria, in the UK, in Bangkok. And I think sometimes our stories are different, but also the way we experience our, pain, joy is different, but also there's things that bring us together. So I wanted to show that. Like we can be gay, queer, bisexual, lesbian, transgender person, but also like different in the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, because, sharing Black queer narratives is important, showing different experiences for all people, because storytelling creates empathy, and empathy brings along change, and that's what I think is so important about this. So each of the episodes, they're kind of standalone. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, they are standalone, but they are connected in a way. So they have a narrator who is a podcaster, who I play the podcaster and the storyline, sort of sharing the stories of like a trans person in Bangkok, or a sex worker in Nigeria, or a Black gay man in Lyon in France, or a Black bisexual man in London in the UK, or a trans woman in Atlanta in the US. So it's just podcasting, sharing their stories, but also allowing them to live their realities, and people can see that on screen. But also, so they are like different in a way. But what's unique about it is it's the city where it was shot. So it's the storyline are kind of like intersectional, and then they flow with each other, and you can tell there's some continuity from one city to another.
I love that. So when you're filming across like 6 international cities.
I know. It's insane.
Okay,
I can't
great.
believe we did that.
That'll be super duper easy. What was your process like, and what were some of the challenges that you faced when you were filming and shooting Red Light Diaries?
Really, we prioritize hiring local talents in every city we went to. So we went to the city and sort of did our research. So from the writers to the production team, the only people who were constant were myself and our DP. Everybody else was from each city. So we went to the city and just hired people and worked with local talent in the city. So that makes it unique that the story was actually very specific to the city that we're telling it. So we're not bringing people from the US to come shoot in Nigeria, or bring people from Nigeria to shoot in the US. So it was very unique and very centered and very lead reality. So the folks who filmed in the city where people who actually live the everyday life in that city, so they understand what it means to be gay and queer or filmmaker in their own city. So like it brings that like rawness to the series. It was hard, obviously. It was
Yeah.
really
Oh, I
hard,
can only
like,
imagine. Like, how
yeah,
long did it take for you to shoot the entire series?
a year and 6 months.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
It was a long time.
did
It was fun, but it was fun.
Oh
I
yeah!
really
Oh
liked
my
it.
gosh! To mention, like, I've been to Bangkok. I would gladly go back again. You know, I will hold a microphone.
Oh,
I
I'd
will
love to go.
do whatever you need for me to do. It's such an
It was
amazing
fun.
city. Yeah.
so Michael, did you find that the stigma, HIV stigma, looks different, for instance, in Lagos than it does in New York or London, for example?
No, the stigma is actually quite the same, right? I think the people who are behind the stigma, the people who are stigmatizing individuals, the way they do it is quite similar. You know, it can be from a perspective of a person in Atlanta stigmatizing against someone living with HIV. They are stigmatizing the person, not the disease. So same in Nigeria, for instance, they are saying, oh, you know, you're living with HIV, so you must, because you're living with HIV, it must have been because you're gay or you're a transgender person. That's why you have HIV, not because HIV is a medical issue or public health issue, but because you have to be gay, you have to be trans, you have to be sex worker. That's why you have HIV. So it's like what we did with this series was to show the people, you know, the actual people, not the realities, but actually like you get to know a sex worker, why they became a sex worker, why why they are who they are, and the trans person in Nigeria, why they are who they are, and not the disease itself. So it was fun to just like open the door a little bit and not too much medicalize, you know, the storyline, but actually to just share the stories. And I think that was what makes it unique.
I mean, that's got to be how people get through their stigmas, is to see see people that are like, wow, they're just like me. They're just, you know, they love someone, they whoever they love or whatever happened, and now they have this horrible disease. But we shouldn't stigmatize them. We should embrace and support them. And hopefully, that's part of obviously what you're trying to get across here.
Yeah, and the things have changed. We have so much, you know, more medical intervention for HIV. We have the long-acting PrEP, you know, that you can take once every 2 months,
Yeah.
and you're okay. Potentially going to have once a month pill very soon, like once a month PrEP. You can take it once a month, you're okay. So like things have changed, and what hasn't changed is the stigma and the discrimination, and that's because of the people.
Yeah.
Really. So we have to tell different stories and tell different things. And not like HIV is not the way it used to be 80 years ago in the days of ACT UP, right? It has changed. People are not dying in the streets anymore, but we don't have a cure, right? There's still a main issue. We don't have a cure yet. What is the main issue right now is a stigma and discrimination and lack of access to basic information that people don't have. Most people don't even know there's a PrEP or their doxy PrEP or their STI treatment. They have no idea. It depends on who you are, where you live, and that's how you can have access to information. If you live in like a rural area, you have no idea you can get PrEP somewhere because nobody's telling you you can get it.
Yeah, I mean, these are like really important stories
yeah.
that are happening.
Definitely.
And with this project, the Red Light Diaries, you were working with Global Black Gay Men Connect. Can you tell us about their work?
Yeah, so I lead the Global Black Gay Men Connect. We're a nonprofit organization. We work globally with Black gay men and what we call key populations. It's a new word. So key populations is mostly sex workers, people who inject drugs, trans people, and people in prisons as well, and gay men. So we share information about HIV treatment, prevention. We also work around racism and anti-gender issues as well across the globe. But also we work with governments and policymakers to make information much more easier for people to access. So we're based in the US, in London, and in Lyon, in France, and in Nigeria. So we work across different continents of the world.
Oh, is that it?
No, there's so much more. There is so much more. And
I
we do
know.
filmmaking.
I'm just
Yeah, we do
joking. I'm like,
storytelling like this,
it's
right?
incredible, but it's
Yeah.
incredible work. I believe President Obama recognized your work
Oh,
with
nice.
that as well. So keep up doing what you're doing.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you.
I'm like, he's very fancy.
So yeah, where do we see this series? How do people find it?
Well, very soon we're going to share where we're going to find it, but it's going to be out this fall, later this year. So potentially one of your favorite streaming platform that I can't share yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna, but something that you can share. You have a soundtrack for the
Yes.
show. It drops this week on the 14th.
Oh my God,
What
yes.
what role does music play in Red Light Diaries?
So I am a music addict. Like I love music. So during the editing of the series, I was trying to find music that plays, that tells the story in a way that doesn't feel like, something that we just brought in. And I just could not. Like I listened to a whole lot of albums, a lot of music, and I could not find a song or like an album that tells a story, that uniqueness of it all. So I was like, okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna record our own music, right?
Of course.
Oh.
Of course you are. Because, all
Like,
right.
I can't really find it. I'm
Because
like, you
I'm
know what?
shooting in 6 international cities. I might as well just write music for it too.
But that tells you where we are with entertainment, though. I feel like we have so much of queer stories and so much of queer music out there, but I think it's very distinct to where people live, and it's not like there's no music that cross borders so much. So this album wanted to make sure like people listen to it, they can relate to it. Doesn't matter if you're from Bangkok, if you're from Atlanta, if you're from Lyon in France. You can listen to the music and feel connected to it. So right now we have limited music that can do that for queer people, and you can have fun, you can dance to it, you can cry to it.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I feel like when you listen to this album, you need therapy, a little bit therapy,
Nice.
because it takes you really deep inside key things that you question as a gay man, as well as a gay man myself, who's someone living with HIV. This music is a lot for me to just digest, but also I want to have fun. So there's part of it that is just so fun, and like the new Madonna album, actually, I'm like, there's a bit of that as well. You just dance in the film. Let's just dance,
Yes.
So, dancing.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that.
That's amazing. So so the soundtrack to the series is going to drop this week on the 14th.
It's Friday. Yes.
There we are. And folks can like download it and stream it like from wherever they get their music.
Yes. Also, this Friday is my birthday. So
What?
Oh, what a great day.
Well, hey, I think that would be like a great little birthday gift.
I know. I'm
Is
like,
that
oh my
everybody
God.
out there just heads to their streaming service and, buys the album, listens to the
It's a
album.
gift for me. You can buy the album. That can be a gift for my.
There we see. So
You deserve it.
When the Red Light Diaries finally drops this fall, we're going to keep our eyes open as to, because it's super secret right now.
Yeah.
What do you hope? What is your biggest hope that people will take away from this?
As someone, so part of my story, I left my parents' home, and when I was 14, I ended up in the streets. And, for a lot of time, I felt like I was the only gay person in the world, and nobody was like me. I couldn't see anybody that sees me. So for me, like when people see this series, it's like they can see themselves, like, oh, someone see me, someone see that I'm here and I'm not like different. Like I think for me, it's like the main thing is like people can look at this series, listen to the music, and like, oh, I feel seen. And if we do that, I'm satisfied.
That is amazing.
Beautiful.
Well, again,
goal.
the new series, Red Light Diaries, is going to be dropping this fall. But if you don't want to wait, on August 14th, that's when the
Michael's
soundtrack
birthday.
drops, Michael's birthday.
Soundtrack.
So
Yes.
do yourself a favor, expand your musical horizons and give Michael a fantastic birthday
Yeah.
present.
Thank you.
Michael Igodero, thank you so much for joining us today. We cannot wait for Red Light Diaries, and I can't wait for Friday so I can listen to the whole album.
2
Congratulations.
tracks are out right now. We have 2 tracks out, 2 singles, Borrowed Peace and the other track. So there are 2 tracks out. So please go stream it on the platform. Go listen to the music. We are also trying to share the 12 tracks album coming out on Friday at 12 midnight. So
There we go.
Okay.
Michael Igodero, thank you so much.
Thanks,
the creative
Michael.
brilliance
Thank you so much for
behind
having me.
Red Light Diaries. Have a fantastic day.
Take care.
You
Happy
too.
birthday.
Bye.
Ray.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the second hour of Out Chicago.
I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
Welcome back to the second hour of Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along here.
Indeed, we are.
Hopefully it's going to rain.
We do need a little rain.
We need
Ken.
some rain. But not like it was raining earlier this week. Anyway, it's crazy. Crazy, I say. Crazy. And we got a crazy good second hour of the show. A little bit later on this hour, we're going to be chatting with folks from Dance for Life, the 35th anniversary.
Oh,
performance is going to be coming up. And right now, I'm very excited because Pride Arts. They've kicked off their 2026-27 season this weekend with the world premiere of Chicago-based playwright Matt Schutz's Windows. It's a comedy about LGBT Gen Zers finding their ways through career and relationships challenge. And it was also, the play Windows was developed through Pride Arts Query Playwrights Lab, which I love. Again, Chicago comes together. We do new work. We do original work. We support it. And I'm so excited that we are joined by director Taylor Pashai and playwright Matt Schutz. Taylor and Matt, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, you started previews. How are they going?
Good. They were incredibly exciting, and it was fun to hear everybody laugh for the first time because the room's been so quiet. So it was so excited to hear people laugh.
Girl, tell me. I know, rehearsing a comedy is one of the hardest things because, there's only a handful of people in the room. Yeah. And Taylor, I'm sure you were just chuckling as much as you can.
Yeah.
And the stage manager, but it's we need people. We need an audience. Yes. So it's going well.
Yes. We're excited for opening night, filling the house and getting as many laughs as we can in there.
Fabulous. So now you two have been working on this play for a hot minute together, correct, Matt?
Yeah, we have. I've been very fortunate to have Taylor alongside me for quite a while on this play. We've done several readings of it with various theaters around Chicago. We've done 1 or 2 workshops of it. So I'm absolutely thrilled to have Taylor along. I think we started with draft 1 or 2. I think Taylor read draft 2 of this play. What we're presenting tomorrow is draft 15.
There you go.
So Taylor is going to on with me.
So Matt, can you give us an idea of who are the characters and what is it that they're trying to figure out in the show?
Absolutely. So our lead character is Olivia, who is a former soccer player who's just suffered a career-ending injury. So she moves into the couch, essentially, of her girlfriend, Natalie. Natalie is trying her best to take care of Olivia, manage her own personal life, and also kind of deal with the roommate, Clay, who also has all of his own issues regarding employment and a toxic ex who's maybe back in the picture. And then rounding out our cast, we've got 2 fabulous ensemble actors who play all the other characters in the play, including all of the folks who live in the building across from Olivia, where she looks out the window and imagines their lives to try to escape from her own.
Ooh,
I love that.
cool.
Look, give me an actor playing multiple roles. I'm
Right?
there. I love it.
I love it.
I love it. So Taylor, how would you describe, you two have been working hand in hand, it seems like, for, 14 of the 15 drafts. What has been your process with creating this script together?
Yeah, Matt had a great handle on the script when it was first, brought to me. I think what we did together was just really hone in on what these characters wanted and the windows of it all. With the title being Windows, and with our 2 other actors portraying the characters across the street, what those window characters were for Olivia and what she was doing with them.
Well, all right. That sounds like time well spent.
Definitely. When you're doing a world premiere like this and you don't have anything to refer to, is it more freeing or more terrifying to bring this to the stage?
Yeah, Matt, what would you say about that? I was going to
Come
say,
on, Matt.
I feel like that's a Matt question.
Yeah, right. Oh, no. Okay, that's great. No, happy to talk about it. I'm personally thrilled. This is, in fact, my first world premiere of a full-length play of mine. So I just could not be more thrilled. I think one of the fun parts about this process compared to previous things I've done where I've been more on the production side, where I've been self-producing or putting on shows myself, is it's been really rewarding and really exciting to kind of hand things off to Pride Arts and to Taylor and to Corbin, our stage manager, and to be able to just kind of be like, no, I don't have to be the driving creative. I get to see what other people think about my work and how other people interpret it. And it's been really rewarding to see it come alive with like our set and our actors and the incredible work that Taylor and the cast have been doing. It's just been really great to be on that side of it where I just get to check in and be like, hello, how are things? Can I be helpful to you? And I really get to experience the magic rather than being so pounding the pavement, making it happen for myself. Right. So I've been very fortunate.
Did some of the discoveries by the cast help you write the final play?
100%. Oh, absolutely. Finding, especially when it comes to like some of these bigger story arcs, it's been really rewarding to see actors step into these roles and kind of make them their own and be able to give me feedback to be like, hey, Matt, I know that this character cracks this joke at this point, or, you have this character, breaking down in tears at this point, but it's not making sense to me as the person who's living that story. And so then that's really helpful feedback for me because as I'm writing it, it's all in my head. So obviously it makes sense to me.
Right.
But there's a real power and a real collaboration that comes when I hand it off to an actor or to a director.
I'm sure.
And that makes the script all the stronger.
Cool.
Yeah, look, there's nothing I love more than working on a new piece, because that sense of collaboration that's like in the room, like with all of the artists and the design, like everybody in the room coming together to create and to lift up this story. So the story it follows Gen Zers. Are both of you are you all both Gen Z?
I consider myself a young millennial.
Yeah, I was just about to say this. Matt and I, during callbacks, we kept saying, yeah, we're casting our age. We're both, in our 30s. So we kept saying, yeah, they're our age, 24. Because in our hearts, I think we both feel Gen Z. And then we got these Gen Zers in the room, and we were both like, oh,
we're wrong.
We are old.
We're not 24.
Which I also think, to Matt's point about really making edits to the script once we had our lovely cast on board, bringing these folks in really allowed us to feel the script living up on stage, and really informed a lot of things when you've got a 22-year-old reading these words. And it was great to have these Gen Z folks kind of bring life into these characters and us just watch as 30-year-olds.
Well,
I know.
Do you think, even though it's Gen Z, specific, do you think people in their 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s will also see themselves in some of these characters?
1,000,000%.
I certainly think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep saying Matt really chose the message of the show is what happens when what you thought your life was going to be isn't what your life ends up. Yeah. And you have to start from ground zero again, and I think that sort of is a message for everybody. And so I think the messaging is kind of universal and kind of is for everybody.
So what would you say is the quintessential characteristics or even the situations that define Gen Z?
So, yeah, I mean, I certainly don't want to fully speak for a generation that
right, of course.
However, I do think that some of the things that we explore in the play, and like Taylor said, are slightly universal, are these, the anxiety of what comes next. I think there's been a lot of stories that have been told to young folks about, here are the steps you need to take in order to have a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
Here are the things that you need to do in order to find success.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of those stories have either proven false or just are no longer relevant. And there's not really been much discussion about okay, well, I took all those steps and I did not that story did not come true. Now what?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that certainly young folk, but I think truly kind of anyone can certainly relate to. And I think that's kind of one of the big themes and stories that this play tackles, and certainly kind of, where it was coming from when I was writing it, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can. Boy, you were just describing it like I did these steps, and my life should be like this, but it's not. I'm sitting here going, "Oh my
sure
God,
there's just a few
get out
people
of
that
my
can relate to that.
brain!
Yeah.
Why are you in there?"
The power of a writer.
I know. I'm married to one, so I get it.
There you go.
What you do is incredible. So, as you were, first of all, do you have the Gen Z stare in there?
I don't know. That's a Taylor question.
Taylor.
I didn't have to direct that. It exists within the show naturally.
There we go.
Elaborate. What's the Gen Z stare?
Taylor, how would you describe the Gen Z stare?
Sort of this empty stare where it lasts for too long and you're not sure why and you're not sure what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've experienced it when giving notes. So
that's how you're like, did you understand that? Do you have a question? What it's going?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it is a very unique phenomenon. I work with a lot of young people, and I'm like, you're okay. There too much eye contact. Go. All right.
They're not used to
Go along
that.
now. Yeah, it's just very strange. So what had surprised you while you're working on the world premiere of Windows that is now playing with at the Center on Halstead, presented by Pride Arts?
Yeah. I can hop in here. Yeah. Things that have surprised me. A lot of what we've kind of touched on already, but like the excitement that comes with the handoff, I think, has been very exciting for me and very surprising to me. The moments where I truly can, lean back a little as a creative and trust. One of the moments that I talked about that I found so exciting was we had our first read, several weeks ago, and then designer presentations. And I went into this room with a bunch of designers, many of whom I had never met, many of whom I was learning their names in the room. And then they gave these fantastic presentations about their ideas on how to bring the world of this play alive. And I just had this moment where I was like, I've never met these people, but they have read my play and put in honest, true, exciting work to bring it alive. And I'm meeting them for the first time. And that was such an exciting and surprising moment, and super rewarding. So I'm just very, not to be a too thankful artist about it all, but I'm very thankful to Pride Arts and to Taylor for putting all of this together.
Artist. I support thankful artists.
Did people, since you opened it this weekend, did people laugh where you expected them to, or was there some unexpected laughing that made you go, oh, I didn't know that was going to be so funny?
I'm very excited because, go for it, Taylor.
I think that's what I was going to say. I think the show is so heartfelt and has so many deeply heartfelt moments that there are some moments where the audience busts out in laughter that I just wasn't anticipating because the show's truly so deeply funny at the same time. Matt did a gorgeous job of balancing those two things. So.
Well, and then also that is your deft hand as well, because, there is truth in comedy. Yes, and if you are playing a scene truthfully, you're going to, even earnestly, then all of a sudden you'll get laughs, which is just wonderful. What do you hope folks take away when they come see the world premiere of Windows at the Hoover Lippin Theater?
Oh, yeah. I'm certainly hoping a little bit of laughter, a little bit of hope, and just that little bit of, we're all looking for the next step in our life, no matter who you are and where you are in life. And while I won't say that the play necessarily provides a playbook for what that will look like, I certainly hope that somebody walks away with just that little bit of oh, okay, maybe I can. Maybe I can just take that next step. Maybe I can turn that page, and things will be just a little bit okay. Maybe not perfect, but just a little okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, look, I'm telling you, it's screaming universal truths because you never stop turning that page. Just letting you know, like throughout your entire life, you've got a boomer and a Gen Xer here. So I am relating to this.
Yes,
and you want to make sure that you don't miss the world premiere of Matt Schutz's Windows. It's presented by Pride Arts at the Hoover Levin Theater in the Center on Halstead. It opens tomorrow. So break all the legs with that. Then it's going to run through August 23rd. For tickets and info, go to pridearts.org. Taylor Pashai, Matt Schutz, thank you so much for joining us today. And look, you made a hat where there never was a hat.
Thank you.
You're doing something great. Break all the legs and have a fantastic run.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're chatting with folks from the 35th anniversary of Dance for Life.
Beautiful.
So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Welcome back. I'm Paul Oakley-Stovall. You're listening to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller. She's rolling along right now. And hey, Monday on Driving It Home, Patty Vasquez will be joined by Tennessee Brando, Midas Touch contributor, social media commentator, and singer-songwriter from East Tennessee. He'll talk about last Thursday's Tennessee primary election and more. And Tennessee. There we are. Make sure you tune in with Driving It Home with Patty Vasquez weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 AM, the Heartland Signal website, tune in YouTube and Facebook. It is that time of year again when Chicago's dance community comes together for an evening of celebration, athleticism, and artistry. Dance for Life's 35th anniversary is at the Auditorium on August 22nd. And joining us now are Gary Metzner and Scott Johnson. Gary and Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're thrilled.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. And wow, 35 years. Wow. Holy smokes. What got the two of you involved with Dance for Life?
Oh, I have to talk?
Yes, I think this is yours.
Well, probably me, because I was involved from the beginning 35 years ago. How do you like that?
All righty.
I was on the board of the AIDS Foundation of Chicago, maybe for 24 years total, but it was something that we came up with early on, and it's really exciting to be back sharing it with my husband 35 years later.
Beautiful. The event grew out of the AIDS crisis, and of course we know that the dance community was devastated by HIV and AIDS. How important is it to keep that history alive and of course to let the younger generations know about what the people before them went through?
Yeah, I mean it's incredibly important. The AIDS Foundation is still involved. They receive a large donation each year. Now that the Chicago Dancers Health Fund is the primary recipient of the funds that we raise, but the AIDS Foundation is still involved. We actually Monday have a little event for AFC for some of the people that have been involved all this time, and Scott and I, are looking forward to being there. But we both lost, friends at the time, and I have to say I was drawn to this because of AFC. I was like, contemporary dance, what is it?
Will they be talking? Because sometimes there's a lot of talking.
But it's easy because I said, we've been together 25 years, and I'm like, Scott, you have to go to this dance performance. And he's like, really? I mean, I think you danced back in the time where the meat bud. What'd you think?
Yeah, I had been to a few contemporary dance performances as a graduate student in Boston. And when I met Gary in Chicago, when he's like, oh, we're going to Dance for Life, I'm like, okay, what is that? Sounds fine, whatever. It was on Navy Pier at the time. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the most magical events of the year, right? You get 10, 11, 12 different major dance companies from Chicago. They all come together, unite one night. They each perform. Then there's a finale where they all perform together. This whole community comes together to have this amazing night of entertainment and also really to raise funds to support dancers and people affected with HIV. So it's such an incredible night because you get great entertainment and a fundraiser for a really good cause.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, can you expand just a little bit more, remind our listeners exactly what the Chicago Dance Health Fund does for the dance community?
Sure. Well, the interesting thing for me was after thinking I didn't like contemporary dance, I had then joined the board of River North Dance Company.
Okay. As you do.
And when I learned that, which of course is no longer, but spent, had a great 25-year run or so. But when we all learned on the board that the dancers didn't even have health insurance, I sit at a desk all day with insurance, looking at a computer, and these dancers didn't have insurance. So a lot of that's better these days, but it covers when dancers are ill and can't even dance for 6 months or longer, and takes care of them and their families, their partners. It just generally helps, with medical bills for the dancers, and some that don't have insurance, it covers their insurance. So we have one of the best dance cities in the country with the most dance companies. And so, last year I think they gave away over $100,000.
Wow.
That's great.
With this. So it's, and this year we hope to break some records with our anniversary here. So
yeah. Well, and also, let me tell you, because you talked about how you were a little skeptical about contemporary dance, and all that stuff. Years ago, I was roommates with a Joffrey ballet dancer, so I got a lot of comps, which is great. And to go and see dance live is truly a remarkable experience, because you were looking in our little intro to this. I talk about the athleticism. These artists do amazing things with their bodies that I can't do that. And just and to watch them, it truly is. There's nothing like it to go to see a live performance of dance. It's yeah.
Right. And to see the Joffrey and Hubbard Street and Giordano and, all these other smaller companies as well, in one night. And it's the only time you can do it. So, we're usually exhausted by intermission.
Right. So how many companies do we have this year, and who all's participating?
So we have 10 companies. We have Ballet 5-8, Chicago Dance Crash,
which we've seen many times,
Deeply Rooted Dance Theater,
right?
The Ensemble Espanol Spanish Dance Theater, Giordano Dance Chicago, Hubbard Street, the Joffrey, Robin Miniko Williams, an artist, Trinity Irish Dance Company, always a fun one, Visceral Dance. And then Jeremy Plummer and Harrison McEldowney are coming back again, and they're doing a work which is featuring dancers from multiple companies all at once. And then
it finishes the first act, right?
And then at the end, there's a finale by Randy Duncan.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's sort of another world premiere, right?
That's right. That's right.
I love it. It's and how many world premieres are happening? Are all these pieces that they have? Have anybody?
I think it's a mixture. We're kind of, the two of us are a little involved with the Joffrey, who kind of whisper that it's a piece that actually Robert Joffrey, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but it's an old piece. So yeah, even though I know,
it's all right.
500, 600,000 people.
The theme
but needless to say, they haven't all told us, maybe, but some are doing historic pieces and some are doing things that are new. Or clips of longer pieces. The difference this year is they've told all the dance companies to make the pieces a little shorter so we can have more companies. So you won't be sitting through a 30-minute performance. So they may have to take just a part of a larger piece, but it gives you a big taste. And I think one of our first years after going, we saw 2 or 3 companies we'd never heard of, and we went to see just their performances. So, we hope people do that too.
So the theme is past, present, and future. Do you know, for example, how the future is illustrated on stage?
Do we know? I'm not sure.
Not sure. I guess we'll have to go. I guess we'll have to go and find out.
Yeah, good question.
We'll have to
Yes,
go find out.
I can read your mind.
Past, present, and future.
I think we're going to figure that out, Ellen. Yeah.
And what a great venue the auditorium is to have.
It's so iconic.
Yeah, it's special for sure.
Sure, there will be an announcement that night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is
also a secret.
Oh.
There will be an announcement that the Chicago Dance Health Fund is starting an endowment.
Oh, wow.
And that night will be the kickoff of fundraising for that endowment to really provide, a long-term path to support dancers in Chicago. So that's a little bit of the future.
That is definitely the future. That's so exciting for the Chicago Dance Health Fund.
And Scott and Ellen have learned just do not tell Gary and Scott any secrets.
I know, right?
That's right.
Don't say a word.
So now for the evening itself, is there usually there's an after party or something? How if folks what's going on for the actual evening?
Well, you can buy through the auditorium theater. You can actually buy a ticket, and it's incredibly reasonable. But it's selling out very quickly. We just looked, but there are seats left. Or you can buy what they call a celebration ticket, and that is a very good seat and the after party, which is just like a block away at venue 610. Always a fun time. But we are doing something special this year for our anniversary,
which is the gala ticket. So with the gala ticket, you get a pre-show dinner, also at venue 610. We're going to walk us quickly over to the auditorium theater where we'll watch the performance. And then you're welcome to go back to venue 610 after for the after party. So you get all three. So it's a full evening from about 5 p.m. until who knows.
I love that.
Sounds
and
great.
a worthy cause.
Yes.
So what I know Gary, you worked with the AIDS Foundation Chicago. What was the passion that started you with advocating for the arts and through the fund, healthcare?
All these years, yeah.
Well, I think I started, someone who's very involved with Dance for Life and the AIDS Foundation is Lori Kaufman. And Lori was my first boss when I got out of school. While I was in graduate school, she ran a gallery. I'm in the art world now. I've worked with Sotheby's for a long time, but she ran a gallery and she lost her best friend to AIDS and promised him, his name was John Cockrell, and she promised him, and we're talking 1987 or so, but promised him that she would spend her life doing whatever she can for the cause of, finding the cure for AIDS, and dragged me onto the board of the AIDS Foundation, and we've been best friends ever since, and she's worked incredibly hard for the cause, which has been great. And, a lot of dancers are affected by it. But the Chicago Dance Fund actually, as we said it, there are dancers dealing with HIV, but it's really for any kind of health issue.
Yeah. It's very similar to the Actors Fund that happens with Season of Concern. It's like it's hard to be an artist. That's the difficult thing in a nation where we do not have universal health care, where we do not have access to certain things.
And in some of these dance companies, let me tell you, other than Hubbard Street and Joffrey, maybe I don't even know, but many of the dancers don't work full time. I mean, they don't get 52 weeks of performance, so they're not they're not getting their full healthcare that you'd get if you had a full-time job. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I even know Joffrey, their dancers get time off, and at least they did in the past. But, they'd have to file for unemployment. It's kind of what you do. But that's why it's so critical for something like the Chicago Dance Health Fund to be able to support these artists who make our city just a world-renowned place for the arts and specifically for dance. It's
a great cultural hub, and we have honorary co-chairs that we're excited about. Alexi Janulius and his wife Josephine are our honorary co-chairs for the evening. Excellent. So that's exciting. And our co-chairs are Sherry Zunker, who founded River North Dance, and her wife Esther Jealous. So it's a whole evening of people that love dance and love Chicago.
It's a star-studded evening.
I hear it's just a fantastic night. People can't say enough about it. The whole event from beginning to end. The gala at the end, the after party. I've heard lots about that over the years. It sounds fantastic.
It's a lot of dancers, yes, for sure. And we'll be sticking our heads in there for it.
Oh, of course.
There you go. Well, you want to make sure that you stick your head into the Auditorium Theater for Dance for Life's 35th anniversary. It's coming up on August 22nd at the Auditorium. For tickets and for info, go to auditoriumtheater.org, and that is theater spelled with an R-E because they're fancy that way. Gary Metzner, Scott Johnson, thank you so much for taking time out today to join us. Thank you for your advocacy again, not just for the arts, but also for healthcare through the arts. And I'm just sending you tons of Maynard as you are heading towards this event.
No, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity, and thanks for sharing Dance for Life with your audience. I hope we get some more people that can really have a...
Well, they better go grab their tickets quickly, is what they need to be doing right now.
Hot event.
It's a hot ticket. So again, it's auditoriumtheater.org. Gary Metzner, Scott Johnson, thank you so much. Enjoy the day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the final thrilling show-stopping moments about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, this is Renee Taylor. You're listening to Out Chicago, WCPT 820.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff and Ellen Miller. Hey, if you haven't already, you can follow Heartland Signal on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. We're at Heartland Signal. That's one word. Be sure to check heartlandsignal.com for daily updates. And while you're there, you can check out Heartland Signal's free newsletter.
There you go.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Right there.
Sign
Every
up.
week. Heartland Signal's senior political analyst, Aaron Kleinman, delivers Radio Free America, highlighting stories that matter in state politics but aren't getting enough attention. So you can subscribe today at heartlandsignal.com/newsletters. Also, people have often asked, how can they support what we do at WCPT and at Heartland Signal? As always, the best way is to support our sponsors and to tell them that you appreciate them advertising with us. But if you're on Facebook, there's another way. You can now subscribe to WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal Facebook pages. A subscription's just 99 cents a month. We have some special offers for our subscribers coming soon. So visit us, WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal on Facebook, and hit that subscribe button.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
I mean, it's only 99 cents.
99 cents. You spend that on...
Look, we're not raising prices like Netflix just did. They're just sneaking things in there. Hulu's raising things. Everybody's raising their prices. 99 cents.
Yeah.
Doing good there.
For sure.
There you are. So it is a Halstead Market Days.
It is Scott's favorite weekend. We have a tradition. We go with our girlfriends, and we are going to try, if it's not raining, to all meet over there. And what we like to do is get a spot where we can sit.
Right, you go and you sit and yes, I understand.
And we haven't done that in a while, but we're going to try.
Are there spots anymore?
Well, I guess Chicago Diner still has some spots.
Okay.
But it's changed, it's evolved as everything does.
Yeah, that strip of Halstead is like, because there used to be, was it always Chicago Diner where because you and Kate Butticky used to plop down.
Yeah, we plopped
down.
Yeah, it was there. We used to drink bottles of champagne together. And you can see more people if you sit still and just watch them go by. It's such a parade. I mean, I don't need to be in the crowd as much as just kind of watch the crowd. So that's our goal today, Scott, for us to find a spot where we can kind of sit and just kind of, I don't know how, I'm drinking. I don't know what we can do to, stay there for very long. Maybe we'll eat something.
Eat a little something.
Eat a little something. But just to see the people, because it's just, there's no better people watching at any time of the entire year than there is at Halstead Market Days.
Yeah.
I mean, people come from all over. It is a destination. People, if you're living in Iowa and Ohio and Michigan and the surrounding Wisconsin, there's not a fest like that. There may be a pride parade, but a festival with just everybody, anything goes. I mean, it's just, it
is
it's
a kooky pants kind of thing. Look, because I lived one of my first apartments was right on Halstead and Belmont, like right at that
You're
corner.
right in the thick of it,
It was right in the thick of it. And my first year in the place, I wasn't quite prepared, but it was really cool because Leah Delaria was performing.
Yeah.
The one of the first out, like
She's
lesbian
a firecracker,
comedian.
boy. She is something. I've met her a few times.
Love her.
She's great. What was she? What show was she in?
Orange is the New Black.
Oh yes.
But she's also been on Broadway. She's, she, one of the best things. There was a night of songs at Carnegie Hall, and she was in there and she sang "I Can Cook Too." I Can Cook Too from On the Town. She's an accomplished jazz musician. She's great. She's still putting out albums. She's touring and does all the stuff. And she was standing right outside my window, and I was very excited. But then, so when I was like, I'm going to go and watch Leah Delaria because she's standing, their stage is right outside my place. And I had this little tiny balcony. And when I went, I had to go through my roommate's room. And when I went and I opened up the door, my little tiny patio was packed with strangers. Like people had climbed up.
Oh no!
And like we're just hanging out there,
cool.
and I'm like, "Hi, go what? Oh, yeah." So and then just as I get older, we know this. I've been having like these anxiety attacks in crowds.
I know
I don't
a lot
like
of people
it.
go through it. I get less and less tolerant of it.
Like I can do going to see like if we're going to a music like going to see a concert. Not a music festival, a concert with one person. Like we are all there united to go see that particular person. I'm on board. I can do it. It's just when everybody has their own agenda and they're bumping into me and
Take the sidewalk. That's what I do. I take this. Get to my destination on the side. It's a little easier than right down the middle. You know, I used to. Kathy Richardson used to play this fest back in the day.
Yeah.
And when it was the bands were
a little more local.
Were local, and I'm looking at this list
who's
right
playing
here.
today?
Well, Carrie Hilson. Ed Wood and Deanne on the dance stage.
Okay.
They're on the Roscoe stage. Dog Pound is headlining tonight.
Thank goodness.
Mary Kay's on before that. I hope it's not the Mary Kay that sells cosmetics. That could be a little.
If only. I mean, hello. Talk about your market right there.
Right there, for sure. And then now here's a band. Even though I haven't heard of them, this could be fun. The Belmont stage. Little Monsters, a tribute to
Gaga.
Addison stage, Dawn Richard, Rick Wilson. Don't know them. I'm old though. So,
I know. I'm old, but yeah.
Jeremy Dava. I unfortunately I just don't know.
We're really selling the crap out of this, aren't you?
Well, you know,
go there, be hot and sweaty.
Some local bands they could have hired. 16 Candles. Oh gosh, okay. They don't play very many festivals.
Not at all.
All of them. Anyway, you know what? It's not. The music is. There was, I think, was it Simple Minds or one of the great bands from the 80s, synth bands played a few years. I mean, they've had some great bands.
Oh, yeah, no, but like, I mean,
David Cassidy, I saw there. We saw Olivia
Newton-John. I was going to say that. Jody Watley has played. Like, they get a lot of big names, and a lot of drag stars are out and about, running up and down. It also, to me, it just reeks a little. It's like the beginning of cuffing season, is what it feels like.
Cuffing?
Yes.
What's that?
So cuffing season is when you, if you are a single person, right around the end of summer,
I think I know
beginning
where
of
this
fall,
is going.
you are looking for somebody to spend the winter with. So you are handcuffed.
Cuffing.
Yeah, so it's cuffing season.
All right, that's a new one on me. I love it.
Yes, it always begins. It's kind of to me like the unofficial because it's like one of the last shirtless gay holidays that we have during the summer.
Yes.
But yeah, the people watching is.
It is fantastic. So, I guess I just got my trusty producer from home, Kathy Voltmer, just texted in and said storms are coming. So we might have to postpone our visit till who knows when tonight.
Oh, no. Well, that also means because there's also tonight is also the Chicago Stars Pride Night.
Oh, yeah. That's outdoors too, isn't it?
That's at 6 o'clock. Yeah, I believe so.
It's soccer. Women's soccer. Yeah, that's tonight too. Well.
But they also have a thing like you can there's some fun stuff that's going on there. There's like a special ticket offer. You get a Pride fanny pack.
You get a captain's hat. A themed captain's hat, I read.
Come on, a themed captain's hat. And everyone who purchases a ticket is entered into a sweepstakes to meet Monet Exchange. You need to watch Drag Race. Just one.
I know.
Just one season. I need you to do that for me. But Monet Exchange, she is the first Double Crown winner on RuPaul's Drag Race. She is so
That means she won 2 different seasons?
funny. She was, yeah. She's so funny.
Oh, I like funny.
She's brilliant. She's going to be at the game tonight. And then there's going to be a halftime pride parade, which I think is super duper fun.
That's great.
I love it. So that's all. There's some gay stuff that's going on.
A lot of gaiety today, for sure.
I know. I'm trying to see where they are.
They're playing at the Medicine Field at Martin Stadium in Evanston.
There we go.
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Hopefully the weather holds.
Yeah, maybe they'll get the rain out of the way now.
But I think, do you feel that there's like a soccer fever since the World Cup was just here? Like, do you think
there
people
definitely was. I mean, people were telling me the same story, which is they never really paid attention to it that much, and they started watching it and got completely sucked in and enjoyed it. I watched a few that I thought, I got more of an indoctrination to soccer, and hopefully they'll carry through and support, groups like the Chicago Stars. Yeah, sports teams like the Stars. I hope so. It's not as violent a sport as football, obviously.
Yes. But the reactions when people are
they score
injured.
Yeah.
No, when they're injured, using air quotes, it is hilarious. They are the biggest drama queens on the planet.
Oh, really?
They're like falling down, like my uncle, and then they're waiting for a penalty car to go up, and if it doesn't happen, then they go bloop, they pop right back up.
Now all of a sudden they're miraculously
now they're just
better.
all fine and healed. It's really
basketball players tend to do that when it comes to fouls. They kind of over dramatize it sometimes, and they take a fall and hope that they get a free throw shot. But that's sports. That's sports ball for you.
That is sports ball for you. Oh, and speaking of sports ball, have you seen this with the WNBA? There's been the conversation again about trans athletes participating. And there are some people some WNBA players who are like, please come. And now there are some retired NBA players who are saying, all you need, apparently their line is they're saying that all you need to do is to identify as trans. That is that's where I can't think of the word right now. The standard. The standard. Like you just need to identify as trans and you can go. So there are 2 former NBA players who are saying like, I identify as a woman when I play basketball. So you need to let me play.
And you're saying that they're just saying that so they can be a part of it?
They're saying it so they can be contradictory and a contrarian and saying like, if you just need to identify, then that's what I'm doing. And like, I'm like, dude, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, like the lack of decorum, the lack of just like, this is some just childish behavior that's being encouraged.
Yeah.
All in the name of transphobia.
Yeah, some guy named Cantor, who legally changed his name to Freedom after becoming a U.S. citizen in 2021, said he'd reviewed the league's eligibility framework and should qualify under the self-identification and inclusion rules.
That's what it is. Thank you. I could not think about it.
Right.
But it's like, okay, so again, shenanigans are going to be happening. We're going to have shenanigans coming up. As we head towards this midterm, sending big love to the folks up in Wisconsin. You've got your midterm is this week. And of course, sending big love to Dina Martinez Rutherford, who is running for state assembly to represent Madison. It's going to be, it's important. This is very important.
If there's a D next to their name, just vote for them. Do not overthink this, folks. We need to get every Democrat we can in office, starting with the midterms. That's our chance. That's our shot. That's what democracy is built around, is our right to vote. So please do it.
It's exhausting.
I know.
It is exhausting.
We have to keep Beating the drum.
Why not? We keep beating the drum, and we take times to rejuvenate and refill the well, and we go and we do rock shows in front of thousands of people with legends of rock and roll. And sometimes you just make a little salmon for some friends.
It all counts, Scott.
It all counts. It all counts here. And yeah. What are you doing for the rest? So you're going to get to Halsted Market Days, hopefully.
We're thinking of going to Market Days this afternoon if the weather holds out. And otherwise...
Do you know what Plan B is? You should go see the Odyssey.
I want to go see it at that...
the one out.
Yeah, and that takes a little planning,
it
unfortunately.
does, yes, because they're all sold out.
You know, if all else fails, we'll just have a leisure day at home and watch the Cub game.
There you
always
go.
That.
There's always the Cubs.
You know, they are fun to watch these days if you're a fan. They just are something... It's incredible. I mean, if you're a fan. And the Sox are doing well, too. You know, they had a little bit of a slump here last week, but I think they're still in first place, right? Yeah.
Oh.
So we got two teams here in Chicago.
Sports. I know, but I'm sitting here rooting for the women's teams.
I like the women's teams.
There we are.
There's a new pop-up bar called A League of Their Own in Wrigleyville that popped up. On my walk, I noticed it right on Clark Street, and Kathy said she read that they're showing women's sports. That's their whole thing. So
fabulous.
Yeah, love that.
And my friend and friend of the show, Kelly Simpkins, is in A League of Their Own. That was her first job.
Yes.
That's her first job.
Love that.
Anyway, so go do that. Support women's sports.
Please do.
There we are. And that is going to do it for today's show. I want to thank all of our guests. Michael Igodaro. Make sure you check out the series again. Is Red Light Diaries. It's going to be dropping later on this fall. The soundtrack, though, drops this Friday on the 14th. Yeah. So it's Michael's birthday. Give him a little birthday present. I also want to thank Matt Schutz and Taylor Pashai and Gary Metzner and Scott Johnson. Go see Windows. Go be a part of Dance for Life. You will not regret it. Seeing live dance is just amazing and mind-blowing. Devin, thank you so much for everything. Paul, thank you for doing what you do. Ellen Miller, congratulations again on a fabulous rock and roll evening.
Thank you, my
May
friend.
that glow carry you through the week.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Duff, and until next week, stay proud.